In this video, I'm going to cover a step in the Georgia tax appeal process that's so obscure, so hard to find, and that the tax assessors will not talk about it unless you directly confront them and you bring it up directly. And even when you bring it up, they're not going to give you a lot of information. You absolutely should stick around to the end of the video so that you get a better understanding of this particular step. The secret step in the Georgia tax appeal process is the settlement conference. The reason why most people will never have heard about the settlement conference is it's an embedded step. It's an embedded step within the Georgia tax appeal process, more specifically in the appeal to Superior Court. So when you look at most of the public information, you will see an option for appeal to Superior Court. However, within the appeal to Superior Court, there's actually several steps that have nothing to do with going to court. But the tax assessors will not tell you this, and most people don't even know about it. So it's very obscure. And the only reason why I know about it is that a few years ago, I was super pissed. I was super pissed at what happened at the BOE hearing, and I was going to absolutely look into it and push this appeal forward. So that's what it took for me to find out more about the appeal to Superior Court process. The point of this video is not to talk about the entire appeal to Superior Court process. It's really to cover a very important step, the settlement conference. The settlement conference is what I consider to be the last bite at the apple, short of going to a hearing. It's free and it's available to all property owners who choose to escalate their tax appeal process beyond the BOE hearing. Most of you will probably have heard about the BOE hearing. It's pretty well documented, but very few property owners will go beyond the BOE hearing. So how you get to the settlement conference is you have to draft a notice letter and submit the letter to the tax assessor's office, giving them notice that you want to escalate your appeal to Superior Court. It has to be within 30 days of the end of the BOE hearing. If you plan on doing this, I would not hesitate and I would not delay and wait. Sometimes, strategically speaking, depending on timing and so forth, you may want to hold back. But as a general rule, if you want to get to the settlement conference sooner than later, you will want to get your notice in within 30 days. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. As you can see, I'm on a cruise ship, so I don't have all of my documents, so I'm going by memory. Once your notice letter is submitted to the tax assessor's office, they have 45 days to respond. I have not submitted enough of these letters to tell you, that this is when it will actually show up. I've only done this a couple of times, and as I make this video, I'm getting ready to do another settlement conference. So it's possible they may respond to your letter fairly quickly. If they respond quickly, they will likely set up a date for the settlement conference 20 to 30 days out. Now, if a tax assessor's office wants to procrastinate and simply buy more time for any number of reasons, they will wait till near the 45th day to send out a letter. When that letter goes out, it will be another 30 days, assuming that the tax assessor's office wants to as much time as possible to prepare for the settlement conference. Or it could simply be that they're just very overloaded. They're just trying to get as many appeals done before they deal with a settlement conference. So I don't want to be unfair to the tax assessor's office in that it's a conspiracy to slow you down or slow down the process or to gum you up. It's certainly possible, but I don't really want to say that because I feel it would be irresponsible of me to make those types of statements. But in any case, your part in pursuing the settlement conference is, the thing is, you have to get that letter in within 30 days of the end of the BOE hearing. And I would not wait. It's a short letter. It doesn't have to be fancy. I have a copy of it in my book that you can certainly copy and emulate. But the important thing is you need to get it in. And generally, most responsible tax assessor's offices will look over the letter. that you submitted to make sure there's no misunderstanding or confusion. So you will likely have an opportunity to correct it, even if you think you made a mistake on your notice letter. So what the settlement conference is, it's a step within the appeal to Superior Court to force the parties, the tax assessor's office and the property owner, to meet. In other words, what they don't want to do is clog up the court system with a whole bunch of unnecessary court filings when the two parties, in this case the tax assessor's office and the property owner, have to come together and try to hammer it out. The reason why the tax assessor's office will never tell you about it, or they will provide minimal information, is there's nothing for them to gain and there's everything for them to lose. It's much more time. They have to prepare the paperwork. They have to set up a meeting time, and in one particular case they have to arrange for a lawyer, which I think is stupid. But anyway, one county does that, and of course that particular law firm enjoys that because they get more billable hours. But I can tell you, generally speaking, based on my limited experience, the settlement conferences don't require a lawyer. It's really just a representative of the tax assessor's office. You either get together on a Zoom meeting or you meet in person, and you basically go over the evidence again, and everyone makes your arguments, and then a decision is made whether or not there's going to be some sort of agreement. Say, okay, look, do we really want to go further, or do we want to agree to settle on a number? Honestly, a lot can be said about the settlement conference. I don't want this to be a long video. It's a chapter in my book, which I highly recommend that you read. I can promise you I have a lot more to say about a settlement conference, how it should be handled. And again, the reason why I'm doing this is because I am sick and tired of all of this information being held against property owners. Property owners who choose not to engage in the tax appeal process, there's nothing I can do about it, right? I have people I know who are landlords that know about the tax appeal process, and they know about my experiences, but they still don't want to engage, or they don't want to pay for, or whatever, right? I mean, that's on them. My mission in making this video and all of my other videos is to educate the public. Bottom line, do not be snowed. Do not be ignorant. Be aware of the settlement conference. When the BOE hearing is over, it is not the end of the road. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.